Just as you need to have a plan in your business in order for it to grow and move forward, it's the same with productivity. If you don't have a plan, how are you going to get anything done? So, how do you plan in order to have more productivity? That's what I'm going to be talking about today. And it's all about using the power of a top three. Hey there, I'm Melinda, the Orderly Entrepreneur, here to help you streamline and grow your business one easy button at a time. If you're new here, thank you for joining me and welcome. And if you have returned, thank you for coming back. Now let's jump into this top three business. So if you're a fan of the Full Focus Planner at all, you are familiar with the top three. You may have heard it thrown around to help you with your tasks on a daily basis or on a weekly basis. And today I want to talk to you about how powerful it can be when you create a weekly top three and a daily top three to support those tasks. This is going to help you plan your time better. And it's also going to get your business moving forward to reach those goals that you want to hit. So what is a top three? It's simply selecting three focus items for your entire week. And as we're also going to talk about, for each day during the week. Now, this doesn't mean that it's the only three things that you're going to be doing for the entire week. It's just a way to focus your efforts so that something actually gets done rather than a whole bunch of little things just getting done a little bit. There are a lot of benefits that come with doing a top three for your week. It, as I said, will improve your focus. It can reduce your overwhelm and your stress. It helps you highlight what your most important tasks are and helps you get those most important tasks completed first. It helps you gain a sense of accomplishment, which is super helpful for your motivation. And it can help you act on what you do during the week rather than reacting to everything that comes at you, therefore saving you a ton of time and way less stress. When you decide to use a weekly and daily top three in your routine, there are a few things that you need to consider so that you don't end up going down rabbit holes and you don't end up getting stuck and things actually get done, right? The first thing to remember is that the top three take precedence. So if you have 10 things that you need to get done this week, selecting the top three is telling yourself, okay, these three are the most important. And no matter what, I have to get these three things done. And then I can move on to the others. Now, if you end up in a situation where you have 8 things that have to be done no matter what, and those are large items that are going to take a lot of tasks throughout the day, then you're going to really need to sit down and prioritize and give yourself a what has to be done first, what has to be done second list. But no matter what, whatever you do, the top three take precedence over everything else because at the beginning you've decided these three things are important. They are my top three. So therefore, everything that you do during the week needs to feed into that top three to get it done. It doesn't mean that you're not going to be working on the other items. It just means that you're going to be focusing on those to be sure that they get done. So the top three always takes precedence. Okay, another thing to consider when you're working with a weekly and daily top three is that more is not always better. If you have 50 things that you need to get done during the week, not all of those things have to be done. It will feel like they have to be done, and you'll think that they have to be done, but not all of them will really need to be done by the end of the week. There's going to be some in there that can be done the week after, or even the week after that. So the more tasks you have, sometimes the less you get done. So the more you can focus on your weekly top three, and the more you can focus your daily top three tasks to filter into those, the more that you're going to get done quicker. It's not about the quantity of tasks that get done. It's about the most important tasks that you need to get done actually get completed. So think about it as you may have 20 things to do, but if really only 4 of them are super important As long as you get those 4 done, you're going to be way more productive than working on all of those other ones and not getting one thing accomplished. So, to help you remember, more isn't always better. Break it down. Go simple. So, when you're setting up and planning your week, think big. Think about the main things that need to get done and build your large top 3 for the week. And if you need to, you can start planning your daily top 3 ahead of time, or you can wait until each day comes so that you know what you've completed the day before. It really doesn't matter how you do that as long as you are consistent with it, but you really just want to make things simple and you want to break it down. So take the big 3 and break it down into all of the things that you need to get done and prioritize what needs to be done first. Okay, so let's talk about some ways to implement the weekly top 3 and daily top 3 into your work routine. Going back to the things that we considered a minute ago, the top 3 always takes precedence, right? So, one thing that you want to make sure to train yourself to do is to work on your top 3 before you work on other items, or to plan on doing your top 3 when you have the most energy during the day. Now, I use the full focus planner on a daily to keep track of my daily tasks, and I also use Asana. Sometimes I'm in a season where I only use Asana, and sometimes I'm in a season where I use both Asana and the full focus planner. It kind of fluctuates. Sometimes I feel like I want to get things written down, and sometimes I just don't care about writing it and I just want it on the screen in front of me. But something to think about is to keep your top 3 visible. Some people use Post-it notes and will stick the top 3 on their computer for the day so that it's always visible and they're always thinking about it. For me, I have my full focus planner sitting next to me all day at my desk, and I have it open so that I'm seeing what I need to do. When I'm just using Asana, I usually have an Asana tab open where I am going back to it all the time to make sure. You want to be sure to put your tasks out there, list them wherever you're going to list them, but then also refer back. Because if you just write them down in the morning and you don't think about them, then they will probably not end up getting completed. Something to think about when you are creating your weekly top 3 is to make sure that they are actionable and items that are actually going to move the needle in your business. We can get stuck in all of the minutia of checking emails and creating images and content. And I know for me, I am a lover of Canva and all things digital. So I will just go down a creative rabbit hole in whatever program I land on. And it's stuff that needs to be done, but it isn't stuff that is a quote unquote priority. It isn't something that's going to move the needle and be an actual money generating activity. So when you create your top 3 for the week, you want to make sure that you're focusing on stuff that really needs to get done, but also that is going to generate money and help you move forward in your business. I've mentioned I use the full focus planner and Asana for my planning, and using a task management system is going to be a big benefit for you if you are going to be doing your top 3. Now, I use Asana for all of my tasks. I am a very big advocate of keeping all of your tasks in one place. Even though I do use my full focus planner as well, the items are also in my Asana board. So keeping all of your tasks in one place is going to help not only your focus in terms of when you're doing things, but it's going to prevent you from having to go everywhere and find a Post-it note here and find a pile of paper and find your list. They're all in one spot. And this can be for all of your tasks, right? This is your going to do next year tasks. This is your I need to do this in 3 weeks task. All the tasks that you end up just putting on one big list go in one space. I like to use Asana because it makes it easy. You don't have to go searching. You don't have to use brain power to wonder where things are. And it's always there as a reminder of the things that need to be done rather than it getting pushed aside, put underneath a pile of paper, or getting tossed in the trash. This last tip that I have is to think about all of the details. And what I mean about that is to really think about what you want when you are planning your weekly and daily top 3. but also what can be accomplished in real life. So you might have a top three that will take so much time. And if there's literally not enough time during the week to accomplish it, you're setting yourself up for failure from the beginning. So you want to make sure to ask yourself, can this really be done this week? Do I have a couple of weeks to do it if I can't get it done this week? What needs to be done in addition to this top three that is also going to take some of your time? So just really be intentional when you do your planning, and that's going to help you act instead of react during the week. And it's going to also help you really get all of the tasks done that are funneling to that top three that you've created. So I want to know, do you use a top three? If you do, then comment below and tell me how you like it. If you haven't, I encourage you to go out and try using a weekly and daily top three, and then come back and let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit that like button, and you can go watch this video right here. You can also subscribe and click that bell button so you can get notified for videos that I release each week. I will see you in the next video.